All right. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are tuning in from. It's another day. Today is day 74 of our 90-day run. And I'm super excited to be here with you today. Today we are discussing a training called Telling Your Product Story. Okay. And if you've been joining us from day one, you remember that in the first 30 days, we talked about the hook. Okay, we talked about your story, and then we talked about CTA. That's call to action. Now, today we are adding something called plot. Plot. Plots. All right. So if you can hear me, if you can see me, I am very excited that you are here and joining us live today. Hello, everyone. If you are watching live, type LIVE. If you are watching a replay too, type replay. My name is Williams Jima, and as usual, you can call me WAP Master. I'm super excited that you are here. Now let's go straight into it. PLOT, the plot. Okay, so before we talked about hook, story, CTA, that's call to action. Now we are going to summarize it and then add the PLOT. Now the plot means the first you talk about your pain and the lesson you learned from your pain and an opportunity that came and how you thrived. Okay, so we'll give an example. We'll talk about how you can put all this together to create content for your social media. All right, now the plot is in two parts. Okay, so the pain, one part success and then one part the pain. So first is your pain. All right, we'll get to what it means. Now remember, people want to see the struggle. They have seen you succeed online. They have seen that you are a big business person, or you're healthy, or you are not so sick as you used to be, right? They want to hear about the struggle. What happened? How did you get here? They don't want to just see the all glamorous and no behind the scene. That is why people add BTS, that is behind the scenes, when they are even showing their success story and all that. People need to know how the story started, how you decided to take this product, or how you decided to start this business, whether part-time or full-time. All right, it's very, very important. Now they need to add the struggle. You can add a call to action at the pain side, and then another one after the thrive sessions. Now let me just give you an example of what we are discussing right now. First, let's say you are giving an example. Okay, you can say something like, I used to struggle with low energy, or maybe you know someone that used to struggle with low energy. It can be your story or someone else's story. You can tell it. All right, of course, if the person has given you a go ahead to tell their story, that's when you tell it. But if it's your own story, this is an example. You can say something like, I used to struggle with low energy. Now this is the pain. By 3 p.m. every day, I was done. I was too tired to be productive at work, and by the time I get home, all I wanted to do is just lay on the couch. Now you can add, like, you relate. You see, you are asking if they relate. This is also a call to action. You want people to, whether not yes or consent, that yeah, sure, they know that someone who can relate, or they themselves, they relate to the story, the pain that you are talking about. The pain is that you are always tired, you were feeling always tired, and then when you close from work, you just walk straight home, and then you lay on the couch. That's all you wanted to do, right? That is the pain. Now what is the lesson? So the P is the pain, the L is the lesson. What is the lesson? First, you realize that you and your wife are becoming strangers. So you are still talking about the story. You felt that you couldn't be that kind of dad that you wanted for your kids. Now that is the L. That is the lesson. That's the realization. The pain is that you were always tired. You come back home, you are unable to do anything. You don't have time for your wife or your kids. You just lay in the couch and they serve you food, you eat, and then sometimes you sleep in the couch with your clothes on. Okay, so that is the pain. The realization, that is the lesson, is that you saw that there's a disconnect. You and your wife were living in the same house, but you felt like strangers. Okay, or your children didn't have enough time for you to advise them or take care of them. No, those things. So that is the lesson. Now the opportunity. The opportunity is that a friend introduced you to something he had used that had really helped him with the same issue. It means that you knew someone that had the same tiredness or the same back pain that you had, depending on the pain that you are talking about, the same story or the same issue, the person had used the product and that has helped them. That is the O, that is the opportunity. Now we are going to the T, the thrive, where we thrive. Now the T, you say that, okay, I tried it and wow, ever since I've been using this secret weapon, I feel like I'm on top of my game at work. I'm very energetic, I'm very charismatic all the time. You know, I feel good, you know. All the big words that you want to use. So you feel like you're on top of the world, you're on top of your game, you are spending quality time with your wife and your children, and you can even have date nights and game nights in your house. All right, so that is the thrive. After you use the product, after you join the business, you know, depending on the pain. If the pain was that you didn't have money to fend for yourself, or you didn't have money to help more people, that was the pain. You realized that people were suffering and you were in a position to help them. That was the lesson. The opportunity was that a friend of yours told you that he was also in the same situation. He didn't have extra money, or he was struggling to make ends meet, but he decided to do this business. And then when he started, now the thrive, you too started and you were able to earn some amount of money. You started helping yourself, you started helping your family, and now you're able to go on vacations with your family. Now that is the thrive. All right, good. Now, like I spoke about it, you need to add the CTA, which is the call to action. The call to action. Now you can add something like, if you want information on this secret weapon that changed the game for me, type energy in the comment section, or type extra income in the comment section. Depends on what you are after. If you were talking about the opportunity, or if you were talking about the product, that's what you need to know. Whether it's a max opportunity, or you're talking about LGBT, whatever it is, that's how you direct it. So you can use that CTA, the call to action. If you want information on this, type this in the comments. You know, just the same way when I'm doing the training, I need some feedback. I need to know who is watching. That is why I say that if you are joining me live, type LIV. If you are watching a replay, to type replay. All right, that is exactly what I'm saying. The call to action, or asking for feedback. That's CTA. If you are posting videos, whether on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you need to do the call to action. When they are done watching your video, what's next? What should they do? Where should they send their message? Where should they send you a DM? Should they follow you? Should they subscribe? That is why when you're watching YouTube videos and it gets to a point, you say, oh, please subscribe to help us. Turn on notification, like this video so that it will be shared to more people. That is the same idea, the call to action. So your video is not complete till it has the CTA, the call to action. All right. Now these are some tips that I think it can help you. Tips: you can tell a product story. Now first, you can tell a product story like this every week. Every week you can come up with a product story or opportunity story, stories that you've heard. It can be someone else's story, if not yours, so that it doesn't get boring. Every time you're telling your own story, I've seen YouTubers tell their own story every day, their own story. Tell other people's stories, all right, provided that they have given you the opportunity to tell it publicly, or they have told it publicly elsewhere. All right, now you can say something like, if your friend has given you the opportunity, he said, my friend told me that he was struggling with erectile dysfunction. My friend said he was struggling with money. My friend said he was struggling with payments. He was struggling with school fee, whatever it is, you know, so far as your business and your product can solve it. If it is weight, my friend says that you are struggling with abdominal fat, losing the abdominal fat, you know, shredding the fat. You can say something like that. All right. If it's your own story, you can use your own picture, hold it before and after, or you can do a collage, something like that, to add some spice to your video. Right. Now, ways to tell your story. First, you can use stories on IG or Facebook or WhatsApp. You can break it into 4 segments. Each of the 4 plots, each of them will have plots on its own in each segment. The second, you can do a live video with a call to action. When you do the call to action, you know, the hook. Remember the hook. We spoke about the hook. These days, people's attention span, you know, it's very less. So you need to have a good hook. Even when you're watching TV, how long does it take you to switch from one channel? Sometimes microseconds. or 2 seconds. So you have people's attention at least 2 seconds to 3 seconds when you have a reel. So the first 3 seconds should be catchy, sometimes even 1 second. If they don't like the 1 second what you're saying, you can say things like, are you struggling with energy? All right. Short form content, or you can do short form content, that is YouTube shorts or reels or TikToks, Facebook reels, IG reels, any of that. All right, I hope you've had a lot of value from our training today. As usual, the training continues in the comment section. If you have any questions, reach out to me or any of the leaders, and we will be very glad to help and assist you. It has been an awesome evening. Greetings from Ghana, wherever you are. Stay safe, stay awesome, and stay the course. I know that amazing things will happen. I love you all so much. Mwah. Bye bye. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you. I can see you all. Thank you. See you next week, same time. Thank you. And